Does everyone need 8 hours of sleep a night? Can you really catch up on sleep over a weekend? We're talking to a sleep researcher at the University of Michigan. Has all new book really about all the sleep-related issues you need and how to get better sleep.
It's called Sleep Groove: Why Your Body's Clock is So Messed Up and What to Do About It. Dr. Olivia Walch joins us now. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you guys?
Good to have you with us. I feel we have a segment like this a couple of times a year, especially on this shift, and we often hear very varying things. But let's start with where we started. Can you catch up on sleep, as many try to do, especially on the weekend? And are naps a good way to go, or do you have to get 8 right in a row?
I'm going to say you can catch up on sleep, but it takes more than a weekend for most people. Most people are walking around with enough sleep debt that they need closer to more like a week to let it wash out of their system.
Yeah, you're telling me.
But what about that 8 hours? I don't think I've met a single adult who gets 8 hours of sleep.
Yeah, and the thing is, if you take people and you put them into a lab and you only let them sleep 8 hours a night and then you give them tests like, can you add? Can you subtract? They do get worse and worse at those tests, which is one of the reasons why people say at least 8 hours. But of course, it's very specific to individual people. So some people are going to get by with less, and certainly getting 7 hours a night is a lot better than getting something more like 4 hours a night or 5 hours a night.
Did you say that people that got 8 hours of sleep tested worse?
They got worse with every day, which is one of the reasons why people say, like, well, maybe you do need 8 hours. That said, it was an 8-hour sleep opportunity, so maybe they were sleeping fewer than 8 hours. 8 was the max that they could have.
Yeah. So you say that the irregular sleep pattern, it can be a predictor of death. But as Robin said, I think when you get to a certain age, it's really hard to get 8 hours in a row for any. You're waking up for all different sorts of reasons. So what does this mean? How do you turn that around?
Yeah, I would say 8 hours is the thing that I went into my sleep journey with. It's like, I got to get 8 hours. I don't nowadays. I really don't get anywhere close to 8 hours. But what I do get is really, really regular sleep. So I go to bed at the same time every night. I wake up basically at the same time every day. And that is the emerging story in the sleep field, that regularity is super, super important.
You also say that light is like a sleep drug.
It is, yeah. And in fact, you can think about, melatonin. People buy melatonin, they take melatonin. Light is like anti-melatonin. So your body makes melatonin naturally, but if you're in the light in the evening, it's just going to squish it and you're going to have less melatonin.
So you just have to dim lights, and you have to have a rhythm, and the routine is and the regularity is the biggest part of it.
Yeah, think about your heartbeat. Like, if you have a really arrhythmic heartbeat, we're like, that's bad. But we don't think that about sleep, and we should more. We should say, hey, if you've got a really irregular sleep, think of it as being as bad as a really irregular heartbeat.
Yeah, I would think studying sleep would be easy enough, right? It can't be that complicated. Get a bunch of people in a room to sleep. Is there some question that we're still trying to answer? Because it seems like everyone is talking about how they have trouble sleeping.
I mean, my personal stance is that when we look for questions in sleep, we focus too much on the zoomed in, like, sleep stages. We should step back and really think about the fact that sleep is a rhythm, just like breathing, just like heartbeats. And it's one that we control with our light exposure. So think about your light exposure, which you can control, and make that super regular, and care less about spending 30% of your night in deep sleep, because you can't, at least right now, control that.
So people that work the graveyard shift, you can adjust the lighting as much as you can, but you're not getting the same amount. Are there still studies that the long-term effects of working the overnight shift are damaging?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, and I think that's one of the things that is going to be a real hot topic in coming years, is how can we help people who are working overnight? Because what working overnight is going to do, you can't be in pure dark. You're going to get light in your eyes. That's going to squish your circadian rhythms, and it's going to make it so you have a hard time falling asleep and staying asleep. But it's not just sleep that your circadian rhythms control. So you're going to have messed up DNA repair, messed up ability to process food, which is why we see shift workers just having all these bad things come out year after year. But the thing is, we need shift workers. We're not getting rid of shift workers anytime soon. So one of the things I work on in my research, and I have a company that makes apps, is to try and help shift workers figure out what they can do during their off hours to mitigate the health costs of their job.
Well, the book is called Sleep Groove, Why Your Body's Clock is So Messed Up and What You Can Do About It. You can see Olivia Thursday at Anderson's Bookshop in Downers Grove. For more, check out oliviawalch.com, and you can follow her on X. Thanks so much.
Thank you. It's great talking to you.
You too. Time